to Enlightenment of Change on webtalkradio.com. I'm your host, Connie Whitman. Thanks for joining us this week. Now, I hope as you listen to the show, listen, I get it. Change is hard, right? Especially if the change has been thrust upon us and you haven't chosen whatever that path of change is. So I really hope that the show and my guests, and as we chat about different resources and tools, I hope it inspires you to make those changes necessary in your life. And to help you do that, I have a free gift for you, which is my communication style assessment. You'll get 2 reports. One will show just your natural superpowers, how people perceive and receive your message. Flip side, your lowest score, you'll get a report that shows your typically blind spots or those that communicate opposite of you. So how is your message landing with them? We kind of want to be in control of that. So again, that link is in the show notes and it's my gift for you. Additionally, if you're enjoying the show, please come play with me and be part of my all-star community. That information there's a link in the show notes if you'd like to get more information on that as well. I'd love for you to come and play. Now, my motivational quote today, just to set the tone for the topic of the show, is by Nikola Tesla. And Nikola says, in a crystal, we have clear evidence of the existence of a formative life principle. And though we cannot understand the life of a crystal, it is nonetheless a living being. Now, I was turned on to crystals and their healing energies by a friend of mine, probably it's got to be about 10 years ago. And I can tell you my life has not been the same since. As I collect and learn more about crystals and the energy that they share with us, I become more curious about the effects they're having on my life and that of my family, and of course, even my clients. And there's this whole ripple effect with crystals. So I'm really excited today. I've never had anyone on where we've talked about crystals. So this is very exciting for me. And our conversation we're going to have is, where are you going? We're going to discuss the many aspects of crystals. And I'm going to give you some bullet points, and they will be in the show notes for you to reflect upon later. First one is how their shapes impact how they impact and project energy, how to clear and charge crystals to gain the best results, and what the best crystals are for beginners. And we have a beautiful gift for you at the end, so stay tuned, and how various crystals can help you with anxiety, negative energy, calmness, depression, new beginnings, and so much more. So who's my guest today? She's the amazing Liz Mihaly. Liz is the owner of Tranquil Soul Crystal Boutique. And Liz believes there are crystals to help you on your journey for all your goals and dreams. She and her team work with top minds and distributors to proudly offer you the best crystals and minerals from around the world. So whether you collect crystals because of their beauty for your home or office, or use them in your life for Reiki, spiritual healing, Tranquil Soul Crystal Boutique is your go-to shop for crystals from around the world. Liz also inspires us with her beautiful handmade wire-wrapped kabakons, I hope I said that right, and other semi-precious gems. And last, Liz has a 3-month program which includes some basic crystals to get you on your journey of peace and joy. So please help me welcome my very good friend and amazing guest, Liz, to the show. So Liz, thanks for being on.
Thank you for having me, Connie. I do appreciate it.
I'm so excited. And notice, if you're not watching on YouTube and you're listening on Apple, I am wearing one of the beautiful pendants that Liz has made for me. And the labradorite is the stone, which is a beautiful energy for me for everyday use, right? To create and generate and hopefully generate new business. So first question, Liz, is let's define for everybody, what is crystal energy?
Well, crystal energy, as we all know, everything is made up of energy. Mm-hmm. Flowers, the grass, the trees, they're made up of atoms and molecules, which are living, breathing things. Now, crystals have been formed in the Earth's crust for millions and millions of years, through volcanic eruption, slipping of the Earth plates, which cause different things to happen, and heating of the Earth. And so each crystal has different patterns or lattices within each that create specific patterns for that crystal. And each crystal has different energies. Like clear quartz is different from amethyst. Amethyst is different from labradorite. It is different from an agate, but they all work together to assist us in our daily life. The energies also have different vibrations or frequencies. Some vibrate as low as 1, which is angelite, and as high as 11, which is clear quartz. And some are in the middle range. Labradorite vibrates at about a 7 to 8. So it's a medium vibration, but gentle. There are other stones, such as golden healer, which is very high vibration, but is one of the other stones that is known as a master healer. Right? So they also have hardness scales, which we know diamond is one of the hardest minerals on earth.
Yeah.
Selenite is the softest, because with selenite, you can just touch it with your fingernail and it's got a scratch or a dent in it. So that's how hard things are. Now, generally, agates can range anywhere from a 6 to a 9, depending on where they're found. They average about a 7 on the hardness scale, and a diamond will scratch anything.
Yeah.
So,
you know what's cool is, yeah, and this fascinates me. So a few years ago, we have the gem show. Again, till I was turned on to crystals and gems, I had no idea what it was about, just zero interest to go. And then my friend about 10 years ago gave me a crystal, and I started to explore and test and work with crystals. And then they had the gem show. It's about 25, 30 minutes from us. So my husband and I went, and I have to tell you, when you walk in, you feel a shift in the energy because you have all of these crystals from around the world. And this is the funniest thing for me. For some reason, the stones that are mined in Brazil, because different parts of the world have different types of stones within the earth, depending on the demographics, right? The terrain. For some reason, Liz, the Brazilian stone, they call me and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, where are you from? Because I'm friendly. I start talking to the vendor. My husband looks, of course they're from Brazil. So there's something about the Brazilian stones and the different ones that I've purchased through the years. The other thing I'll tell you is I've bought in cathedrals. So those of you that aren't aware, they're quite large, and they literally look like they have holes in them in the middle where all the crystals are, and then around the back is very black and almost looks like volcanic gravel or volcanic ground, right? It's hard. And so I bought an amethyst and a citrine. So I'm curious, what is the energy of an amethyst and a citrine? Because they're quite large in my home.
Okay, energies of amethyst. Amethyst vibration is about a 7 to an 8. So it's high vibrational, but gentle. Whereas with citrine is even a higher level, because citrine, natural citrine is formed with the volcanic activity under the earth that shifts and gives the citrine its light yellow color. And it vibrates usually about a 9 or a 10. So it's also very vibrational. But with the two working together gives you peace and harmony in your home. And also citrine is an abundant stone for prosperity. So that's part of the.
Yeah, I have the citrine in my office, and I have the amethyst in my living room, so that I get, the combination. It's just wonderful. So people that are listening and they're like, oh, I'm intrigued. Like I was 10 years ago, like, what's a gem? Wait, what? They have healing energy? Right? This curiosity of, I didn't know that. How did I not know that? Right? So anybody that's listening, what do you think are the best crystals for beginners, just to start to, get that education, but additionally will ground them and give them the best effects in the quickest amount of time?
Okay, well, there's several crystals for beginners that I recommend. First is amethyst, whether you get it in a palm stone or a cluster, even a small cluster. You don't need to buy the big cathedral till you get used to their energy. Um, Obsidian is another one, because obsidian is very grounding, and helps clear negative energy. Selenite, very important. I'm just going to grab a little selenite stick. This is selenite. Selenite cleanses and clears your crystals of negative energy. If you keep selenite even in your office or in your home, it continually clears negative energy. So everything is always positive, and it transmutes the negative energies to positive. Labradorite is another one, because it's transformational, right? And gives you new beginnings. Carnelian is another one. Carnelian is grounded and great for your root, sacral, and solar plexus chakras to help keep them balanced. Let's see. Amethyst, well, of course, amethyst is there. Blue calcite. Blue calcite is a very gentle energy. It helps with anxiety, depression, and opens you up to acceptance of things around you. And also, blue calcite, it helps energize other crystals to make them more powerful. Let's see. Any type of calcite actually is really good. Clear quartz. This is a cluster. This is a smaller cluster, but clear quartz is amazing. Citrine is another good stone to have. Any geode, any type of geode. I have one right here. Oh. So this is the inside of a cut geode. Many, many beautiful crystals inside, and they are clear quartz. So when you have clear quartz in your home, it just generates that happy, good energy everywhere, and it gives you an overall great feeling. Any type of agate, moss agate is great to not only for grounding, but it's a very good stone for opening your heart chakra. And depending what's in it, if you have blue chalcedony in it, it's also good for your throat chakra. So in a combination, it really does help many, many things. Lava rock.
Oh,
yeah, lava rock is also a really good stone to have. And it's great for decorating. You can make a little garden in a bowl, put in your lava rock and stones around it to decorate it. Very awesome. Lava rock is a very grounding stone, and it helps connect your root chakras all the way up to your crown chakra to keep them all balanced. So
it's so much good. I'm giggling. The white one that you held, the geode. I have a huge one that I have in my living room also. And it just, every time I look at it, it makes me happy. Now, isn't that funny? It's by the window, so it stays charged. And then I have by my computer, because I'm in meetings all day and with people, I have the obsidian. So that grounds me and gets rid of some of the ionization that we get from computers. It's kind of cleansing crystal.
It is stone for that. Yeah.
Yep. And with that, I have the white quartz crystal in my office. I keep that on my windowsill, so it keeps the energy in my office clear. So all of these things that we're talking about, they're simple, they're not expensive, but they really do, when you hold them, and especially if you put them in the sun or the moon to energize them, you really can feel the difference. And the blue stone, what did you call blue selenite?
The blue lace agates, which is like this.
Yep. I have that. I have the raw one next to my bedside table. It has that calming function. So it literally is by my bed, like right by my head, so that it helps me sleep at night, because it definitely has a calming energy. So all of these tools, right? Because they really are tools to support us in different aspects of our life. So at bedtime, right, in my living space, in my office space, I have different stones and crystals because they have different things that they're helping me accomplish, right? That creativity, that grounding, that prosperity, that open-mindedness, all of those things to keep our chakras cleared and in line are all so important in all aspects of our life. So here again, it's just, we have these beautiful, and here's the other thing, Liz, for me, I love looking at them. They're just so beautiful. And when the light hits them, it's like magic, right? So not only are they useful for us for clearing and strengthening and all of the things we're talking about, but additionally, they're beautiful to put in your house. And you don't have to go crazy, guys, and spend a ton of money. Like Liz said, when I went to the gem show this year, I bought for my sons, their girlfriends, a piece of amethyst for them to put on their desk to help them find their voice and find their power. And it was just a little gift. I said, it's something I want to get for them to start them on their journey of crystals. And it's so funny because they're so curious now. And they're asking me about the crystals in my house. So I'm telling you, it's like an addiction, people. It starts with one stone and you can't stop with that, right? Let's talk about, I kind of alluded, but what's the best way to clear and charge crystals? Because they can lose their like oomph, if you will.
Yes. Well, there's several ways. First of all, what a lot of people do to clear their crystals is to smudge them. And you can take, for instance, sage. They come in big bundles, or you can use an incense stick, light it up, and just smudge your crystals. Let it burn in the whole room. Open your windows because it can get pungent. But that's one way of clearing them all. You can set them out in the moonlight. You can set them out in sunlight. However, be very careful with amethyst in the sun, fluorite in the sun. Azurite is another stone. You can't put it because it fades. Labradorite is also another one you shouldn't keep in the direct sunlight. But if you charge them with the moonlight, it's awesome. Okay. You can also charge them on a piece of selenite. For the big cathedral, stick a piece of selenite in them, and that re-energizes them and charges them. You can also take your jewelry, all kinds of jewelry, regardless if it's gold, with your birthstone, your wedding rings. Find a geode with a nice little hole, stick your jewelry in there, and it charges it. I do mine every night.
I love that. I've never done my jewelry, my wedding band and stuff. I have to do that. I have to do that.
Your necklaces, gold and silver have properties as well. So you just take everything, put it in there, cleanse it, clear it, poof, you're good to go. And that's it. You can also use a singing bowl. Because I'm in my sales office right now, you take a singing bowl, okay, and you set it. You take your mallet. This one is a cheaper version of a singing bowl, okay, and that vibration clears all your crystals.
Oh my God, I love
it. You can also now purchase, it's a smudging spray, and you can mist throughout do it in every room. Just give it a couple of sprays in every room. It clears the energy. It also clears your crystals. So,
I have to get that. My husband and I, we do sage regularly, and we do open windows. It just lets the negative mojo out of the house as well. You open windows, and it does, you start choking otherwise, because it's you're smudging, it's the smoke from the sage. But we do that quite frequently, especially in the winter when we feel very closed, or if we are around a lot of people. And I'll tell you, I'll share a funny story. I remember I came home from work one day, and I was off. My energy was off. So it could have been somebody's energy that I absorbed during the training. There's probably about 15 people in the class. And not that anybody was negative, but I felt off. So as soon as I walked in, I said to my husband, out on the deck, get the sage. I go, sage me. So he just went all around me individually. And I'll tell you, you really feel the shift. There's so many of these wonderful tools out there that are simple, non-invasive, certainly, but they really can shift your mood, shift your energy, reduce depression, reduce fatigue, all of the stress, right? All those things that we're plagued with every day, just from living and working and families and all of the demands that are put on us, just by life. So I have another question now. How do we put intentions into our crystals, right? Like, so I'm looking for a new job, or I'm looking for the perfect mate, or whatever that intention is. How do we get that into the crystal to help with our manifestation?
Okay. So first of all, when you get your crystal, you're going to cleanse and clear it. When people purchase from me, before I send them out, I cleanse them and clear them, and I put a positive intention in each crystal just to help them get on their journey. Right. But for example, rose quartz is great if you're wanting to find that love of your life, or even self-love for yourself, for self-care. You sit and you grab, once you've cleared and cleansed the rose quartz, you sit with it and your intention. You think of your intention of, I want to find my soulmate, for example. And with that crystal, the rose quartz, I want to find my soulmate. Please, universe, send me my soulmate. And that's done. And you just set it, you meditate with it for, 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be a long time. And once you have your intention positively tuned into the crystal, set it aside. You don't have to put that intention back in every time you cleanse and clear, just the one time. If you feel it's not working enough, well, then redo the cleansing and clearing and put your intention back inside the crystal. And then just let it go. And it can happen. That's how I found the love of my life, which is awesome. Also, for example, for a job, if you're looking for a new job, you could take moss agate or lavender, actually any moss agate is probably better for new jobs, but you take it, cleanse, clear, and then put your intent. I applied for this position today, and I really want this job. Please, universe, help me get the job. Be positive, put the intention, put it aside, or if it's a smaller stone, put it in your pocket, carry it with you, because that keeps radiating your intention out to the universe. And all of a sudden, the job is there, or the love of your life is there, or positive energy. If you're, I've bumped into a lot of people lately, and I think because of the pandemic and all this other stuff, they've become very negative and secluded.
Yes, agree.
So what I've done is, with a couple of their crystals they've purchased, I put the intention in there. Please help them become more positive. Give them more positive energy. Direct their thinking back to positive.
Yes.
Kindness, love, etc. And it's working for them. I don't know, Liz, whatever you did to these crystals, I'm starting to feel more positive, more better. I don't know. And it works.
I think it's a combination, right? So it's the power of our thoughts, the power of our words, the power of our vibration, the power of utilizing, in this case, crystals and saging and stuff like that. So now you mentioned that you could put it in your pocket, right? And I have my necklace on that I wear. Is it better to wear these crystals, or to place them in your home, or kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other?
I do both, because I think wearing your pendants and bracelets keeps that energy flowing.
Yeah.
With you. And having it in your home, you walk into your home and the positive energy is there. Okay. So I do both. Some people just don't want to wear anything because they're not jewelry wearers, which is great. You build yourself a little display, and that's, you just sit and meditate at your display or whatever it is, and it's all
Well,
good.
but you said it before, even if they're not a jewelry wearer, you can get like a little piece of jade or a little whatever little piece of emerald, something that resonates with you and your desire for whatever you're trying to manifest, and you could keep it in your pocket. I have crystals that I carry in my purse. Just because I want them with me. And women, we always have our purse. I don't even think about it anymore. They're just in there. In the evening when I read or I watch TV, by my chair, I have a little table, put my water, etc. And I have a stone on that, a little crystal on that for whatever purpose. So I love the crystal jewelry because I think it's beautiful to look at. And it just, for me, it looks so pretty with different outfits. But also you're wearing it so you can feel that energy. Plus it looks so nice. And I get more, I tell you, when I wear my crystal jewelry, I get where'd you get that? Oh, that's gorgeous. And I say, my friend made it. So I'm lucky that I have you on speed dial, right? So I look at your website and I pick all the crystals I want. I go, okay, here's my order, girlfriend. We're almost out of time, but let's talk about the crystal shape, right? Some are raw. Some can be in it's a pyramid. Others are the obelisk, I think it's called. What's the difference in how they are shaped?
Well, each shape protrudes different energies in different ways. Mm-hmm. Here's a phosphatorite sphere. Spheres emit their energies all over. And it doesn't matter what side you turn it, it's constantly emitting energy all over.
Sure, that's round, right? That's a round, right?
Yeah, that is, a crystal ball or round. Mm-hmm. This is a black tourmaline point or tower. This is six-sided. The energies are emitted through the top and the sides here. But it draws the energy down inside and comes out the bottom. So what towers and points actually do is pull white energy from the sky, pull it down, goes through your chakras and grounds everything in balances.
So that's the tubular kind of with the point on the top that pulls the energy from the, the white light and pulls it through.
Yes. Now here is the pyramid. Okay, this is yellow calcite. So the pyramid, it's very similar. It draws the energy from the top, from your crown chakra down, and the base expands it. Okay, because this is four-sided. Some can be three-sided, but four-sided is the norm. And this also goes with the obelisk shape, the four-sided towers. Because when you look at them, they're like a pyramid on the top.
Sure.
But it draws the energy from the top into the bottom, and as it comes down, it releases it wider and wider and wider. So it releases it right through to the root chakra, and it holds the energy in the base. Here we have a heart shape. So this is a chevron amethyst heart. Okay. Beautiful. It's a carving. Now, hearts, the specific thing about the heart, it is made for your heart and your heart chakra. Gentle releasing energies. Okay. Now you see the point on the bottom. Mm-hmm. So the opening at the top of the heart pulls in the energy into the heart, and then it comes out the bottom. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so it's an overall great for the heart chakra, especially for when you're grieving or you're lost someone in your life, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, etc. Very good for that. Mm-hmm. And here we have free forms. This is the septarian free form. It is carved, but it emits the same energy as a sphere or crystal ball.
Sure.
Because it's carved kind of rounded, right?
Yep. I have all of these shapes, Liz, every one of them that you've shown.
And of course, you have the moon. This is a rainbow fluorite moon, which aligns your energy with the different moon phases.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, I don't have a moon shape. I have to get that one. Please, I'm going to go on your website. I have to get that one. It's funny. I recently at the gem show, I bought a heart moonstone. And I have that on my, again, on my, by my computer so that I'm always, you know, very open with my heart so that I receive people and then hopefully they feel my love back, right? Because, you know, my whole premise with sales is you got to come from love, care, and respect. So I have that moonstone to help me just emit my love so that people feel the good energy and feel that I'm, you know, excited to be in their presence. We're out of time, but I know you have an amazing free gift. I downloaded it and I love it. Can you share with everybody the cool resource you're providing for us?
Okay, so my free gift for everybody today, it is a crystal reference healing chart, which contains, there's about 55 stones in there from A to Z. It gives your chakras, what chakras they help balance. It gives the zodiac sign for each, as well as a brief description of basic uses of what they're for. And it's just an overwhelming, and a little picture so you know you're getting the right stone. So it's awesome.
I wish I had this 10 years ago when I started, because I kept saying to my, and you know, the internet, you know, we had the internet, I could have looked stuff up, but I didn't even know what to Google. So I bought all of these crystal books so that I could read and devour what each stone was. And I would do like studying before we went to the gemstone show. So I would buy the right gems. My husband and I, we were like crazy people. My kids were like, you guys are weirdos, right? Where we'd be reading about crystals. So this resource, guys, I truly wish I had it. It's like a very dynamic cheat sheet for you. So again, it gives you the picture, gives you the write-up, it gives you the chakra, it gives you what the energy of that stone is. And I didn't even think about the zodiac and the connection to your different, whatever your zodiac sign is, different crystals, because it can resonate even more intimately or more dynamic for you. So again, I'm going to put that link in the show notes. Now, if you have questions for Liz, you can email her directly at info.tranqusoul, TRANQSOUL 21, the number 2, the number 1 at gmail.com. The website is tranquilsoulcrystalboutique.ca, because my good friend is in Canada, not in the US. Guys, go to the website. The amount of beautiful things she's doing is amazing. And before we started recording, just for those getting married out there, your son, right? It's your son getting married?
Yeah, my stepson.
Your stepson. And so Liz is doing gifts in the crystals for all of the bridesmaids and for the groomsmen and for the mother of the bride, right? So you're creating these gifts for your stepson to give to the family. And I thought, oh, what a beautiful thing to give, you know, as the mother of the groom in this case. So just what a beautiful gift. So be creative in how we share this information as well. And you share your love, and crystals might be just the thing you're looking. Plus, by the way, if you didn't hear me the first time, they're just freaking gorgeous to wear. So if you're not watching on YouTube, you might want to check that out, because Liz held up crystals, the shapes of them, showed how to put like your jewelry in the round one, that raw crystal, the geode, different things that she showed. I think it's worth it. And you will see one of my beautiful necklaces that Liz made for me as well. So go to the website, tranquilsoulcrystalboutique.ca. Liz, thank you so much. I'm thrilled. We met at a networking thing online and we connected after, and I asked you for you because you were wearing something that was beautiful, and it became this whole ripple effect of a conversation. And then finally I said, can you come on the show? I need you to share these crystals with my peeps so that they can have this beautiful energy in their life and manifest what they're looking, you know, what you guys are all looking to do in your life and business and career. So Liz, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love spending time with you, and I love talking about crystals.
Thank you so much, Connie. I'm absolutely thrilled that I can join your podcast today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your zone of genius with everyone listening today. And I hope you will join me weekly as we question, build, and discover together, no matter where you are on your journey of change. I truly hope, and that's really the point of this podcast for me, is to share resources, ideas, strategies, thoughts, whether you agree with crystals or not. Hopefully, I've expanded your perspective to say, that sounds interesting. Information's a beautiful thing if you do nothing with it, simply information. Once you take these pieces of information that you're learning through the podcast and you apply them in your life, in this case, we're talking about crystals. Trust me, you will manifest magic on the back end. Action is where the action is, because that creates the reaction in your life that you're looking for. Liz, thank you again. Again, a true delight. And thank you for showing us all those crystals. Again, guys, the YouTube link is in the show notes. So go and watch it. And then you could listen, but then you could fast forward and look at the actual crystals that Liz was able to share with us today. And of course, see my necklace that I'm wearing as well. Thank you all for listening to Enlightenment of Change with me, your host, Connie Whitman on webtalkradio.com. I am truly honored that you've joined me on your journey of change and hope that the show inspires you to take that next step forward. And hopefully between my guests and I, as we make that next step a little bit easy, right? It's all about the easy peasy for me. I love you all. I will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great one, everybody. Be inspired. Love you.